Okay, my 1996 Jaguar Sovereign. I think the advert's a bit too critical on the bad points about the car rather than its good points. So I thought I'd throw this video together and you can have a quick look at it. It's not been run now for about 3 weeks, but that won't do it any harm whatsoever. Like I said, there's a couple of odds and ends, there's a scratch along this side. That was done within the first week of me having the car, what a shame. Lots of dust. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Could do with a wash though. Here's the lovely 4 litre straight six with the Tartini gas injection system. Overall pretty clean. Tyres aren't too bad neither. The video will pick it up, but there's plenty of tread on them. They won't need changing for quite a long time. All four in that shape. When I mentioned rust on the advert, let's see if we can see it onto the boot lid. It is here somewhere, so you can now forget. There's a couple of blemishes just there. One just here. And the main bit, which they always rust, is a couple around the back of the rear arch there. It's only a little bit, as you can see. It's not much, it's only what, 2 inches worth. Silvers look fine. No mess there. Again, front tyre's fine. No rusty dirt. That's about all. Right, as for the interior, should really have cleaned it out and give it a hoover. It's full cream leather seats, door cards. I believe this is a 5-speed auto transmission. It only seems to work into the 5th gear or 6th gear when you get up to about 70 miles an hour plus. It did have a cup holder here, but as Jaguar enthusiasts will tell you, the little spring clip goes and this just starts popping up and annoying you, so it's all there, I just glued it down. I said somebody asked me on an email, how do you stick the roof lining up? Well, I suppose if you can take the sides off and inject some contact adhesive into the sides, give it a few minutes and press up and that'll go. You can see it's drooped there in the back corner just there. Other than that, it's not too bad. It's fully livable. Plenty of room in the back. Again, no rip seats. It's just a mark, it's not a rip. Could do with a clean. So, the LPG system's filled from here if you've never come across this before. I have been asked already, how many miles to the gallon does it do on gas? Well, it's no different than petrol. It does about 15 to 18 on petrol. It does the same on gas, would you believe it? Except the reason we said gas is better or cheaper is because we get 2 gallons of gas for the same price as 1 gallon of petrol, and obviously you're getting twice as much, so twice as many miles, so hence 40 miles to the gallon, you could say, or 40 miles to the equivalent petrol gallon. Right, inside the driver's side, electric windows obviously all throughout. Right, it has cruise control, fully operational. Wipers obviously, all lights are fully operational. The only thing air conditioning wise is the AC doesn't work. We don't know why, we've not bothered looking into it. It hasn't got a CD player, it's just an RDS car stereo. The other thing I could say is when you've started the car and you want to turn over onto gas, it doesn't do this automatically. You've got to tell the system you want to use gas. You press a button down here. Don't let the camera pick it up. There, and it tells you whether you're running on gas or you're running on petrol. The idea is the car starts on petrol, and after a few minutes, once it's reached operating temperature, it'll automatically switch over to gas, as long as you've remembered to instruct the system to do so. It's a non-smoking car. There's no evidence of smoking in here. Nothing's gone yellow. It is quite a high mileage car, but don't let that put you off by no means. Let's have a look. It's not been running for a week. Apparently, according to the Jaguar Owners Club, the things you should be interested in is oil pressure. These are when you first start it, and the voltage. So if I see if it'll start, the oil pressure's coming straight up, as we can hear it. Squealing fan belt. Tightening up, or spray a bit of WD-40 on it, it'll be fine. No error warning lights. Obviously this car has sports mode and standard mode. It's got 155,000, well, you might as well call it 160,000 miles on the clock. It had an oil change in February this year, and filter change, and air filter, and fuel line filter. At a grand cost of just short of £45 for the lot, including the oil, so it's very cheap to run. The only error lights here you can see are the doors open, if the camera focuses, and my seatbelt's not fastened. Good oil pressure on the engine, and yes, it does go. I would love to take you out on a test drive with it, but unfortunately I've changed cars. I've bought a all-terrain 4x4 thing, because the boot of this is a bit small, and I've no insurance on it to take you out on the street. But just for information, it will do 0 to 60 in just under 5.8 seconds, which is getting along for something that's over 2 tons in weight. There's many a sore face at traffic lights when you put the foot down. Not that I would do anything like that, of course, on British roads. Let's have a look under the... Oh, so let's go back to the gas. It should be now a flashing light. It's warning me that I'm just running on petrol. I know the focusing hasn't pressed this button here, telling me that we've near enough got a full tank of gas. So we'll leave that in there, and the little flashing light is saying it's not running on gas yet, but as soon as the engine comes up to temperature, the petrol light will go out, and that'll become a solid light. I don't think these gauges actually work. I don't think I've come across anybody with a Tartini system that the fuel tank measurement works. So what we tend to do is, when it bleeps a couple of times and it goes over to petrol, we go and put a full tank in, which works out at about £32 at present prices. It wouldn't surprise me if there's a little bit of steam from the exhaust. No, not really, nothing at all, lovely and clear. That's with it been sitting for, like I said, about 3 weeks now, which is a shame. Bonnet, there is a bit, if you really want to pick, a bit of the lacquer's come off there. Previous owner decided to do a little bit of patch repair, just to stop rust coming onto 2 spots there, so I just left it be. I showed you under the bonnet. There's no point showing you what a boot looks like. It's small, it's got a spare wheel, and that's where the gas cylinder lives. I don't think there's much else I can tell you about it. I have got a pile of service history, even though it means nothing. I think it's up to about 130,000 in mileage, the service history that is. I've run it for now 18 months. We've never been let down once. Even last Christmas, when the snow around here was some foot thick on the roads, we had no trouble whatsoever. But like I said, I've been a bit picky on my advert, because I'm going through the bad points, not its good points. It has lots of good points. You don't need to buy tyres for it. People say they're expensive, but they're not. If you buy part ones, they'll set you back about 20 quid. I've not been underneath it myself. I'm not interested in going underneath and messing. All I know is it works. Oh, the electric aerial doesn't work. I say I'm being picky again for what is really a really good, honest, good car. It's taxed and MOT till next year. All the lights work, I think. No, I'm not. Yes, I'll even include the Jaguar sunglasses. Anyway, thanks for looking at my advert. You know, do make me an offer. I won't. I'm going to bite your head off for any offers. But she's sat on my neighbour's driveway, and I don't think she's too happy anymore. Right, that is the my lovely little Jaguar XJ6 Sovereign. Absolutely cracking car. Brilliant. Shame to see it go. Oh, insurance. Well, that'd be interesting for you, wouldn't it? This car, at 4 litres, to be driven in one of the roughest areas in Manchester, the M40 area, under classic car insurance, was £310, with £250 access. Fair enough, limited mileage coverage. And that was for a 47-year-old, but that age is irrelevant. It's, you know, it's just the car. That was an agreed valuation of £3,000. So if the car had been wrote off, they'd just pay £3,000. Right, okay, I think that's it. Sorry to see it go. The central locking all works, by the way. You know, you can press it and it'll all blip and lock up. And press it again, and the alarm sets. There we go. Thanks for looking.